Welcome, everybody, to Inventor's Masterclass. I'm your host, Akos, the Solutionist. I'm following you guys on the YouTube channel right now, so if you're answering your question, ask them right now. Turn the volumes down. Let me tell you something. You're going to be in for an exciting class. We're going to try to cover some real secrets on how to get you guys selling, how to get the energy into your inventions, get it off the shelf and into people's hands. Well, I'm Akos, the Solutionist. What we're going to cover today, we're going to cover some secrets to get you guys selling. I've been listening to you guys. You guys want funding. You guys want to get money for your inventions. You want to get into the investors to come and invest in your product. You want to get your products out to the market. You're trying to get it sold. Well, we're going to cover secrets for you and stay to the end because I'm going to cover some very important points on how you can get your invention in front of people, how you can get your invention funded, how it can help you guys out and make some money with that invention. Now, let me tell you a little bit about myself. You probably maybe heard of me or seen me before. Well, I work on television. I work with inventors all around the world, and we do infomercials and TV commercials. I've been on the Wendy Williams show. I've been working with celebrities around the world, and all about innovating and all about inventions. And first of all, I've been responsible for over $1 billion in sales. So that's a kind of a lot of sales. So if you want to learn from us or my team, know that the team here is equipped and ready to go and to try to help you guys out with all your questions and all that. Now, let me give you an example of a successful invention and successful inventor. Right next door to this office here in St. Petersburg, Florida, a good friend of mine is Rhonda Shear in Van Fagen. Now, we took her product. She invented a bra. It was like a support bra that gave you a support. It was very comfortable. Take a look. There's the Ah bra. Now, that Ah bra, you might have seen it around. That was our infomercial that we did that video, and we put it on. We managed the media for this thing domestically. We sold it to 62 different countries. Let me tell you something. That bra in 1 year sold $120 million in a single SKU in 1 year. Now, how do we do that? Well, it wasn't just the infomercial that we did here. It wasn't just the live shopping that was around the world. We have 62 different partners around the world in Germany and Australia, basically every country in the world, who took that infomercial and ran with it. And let me tell you something, we made many, many people out there wealthy. And of course, the Abra was one of the biggest successes ever. And that was an invention. When you think about it, that was an invention just like you guys have inventions. We grabbed hold of it. We took a piece of it. We invested in it. We made an infomercial on it and distributed that great video all across the world. And let me tell you something, when ladies saw that bra, they loved it because it solved the problem, just like your inventions do, to solve the problems out there. In fact, actually, I'd say that bra changed the world and changed the way people looked at bras. Now, we have our own inventions. You might know me from Stains Are Out. Now, this is a product that's the best. It's called banana oil. It stains are out, one of the best the best stain removers on the face of the earth. We've sold over 30 million bottles. Now, there's me on Evine Live. That's a shopping channel up in Minnesota. And we've sold 30 million bottles of Stains Are Out. Let me tell you something. That is a great stain remover, I don't say so myself. And my wife Celeste and the team and everybody, we used to bottle that at home from our garage. So if you don't think I'm an inventor like you, think again. Those first orders, I'll never forget the story. My father, probably watching right now, I came home and we were going to trade shows. We were going to home shows. We went to St. Catharines in Toronto, all across Canada and all across the United States. We were going to trade shows selling product. And we were hand bottling it. Never forget, I got my first live shopping show from HSN. We got our first order. It was like 5,000 bottles. I came home. I said, Dad, we got to bottle 5,000 bottles. And we did that at home. So if you don't think I'm an inventor like you guys, think again. We have very humble roots. We started our business with $500, and we built an empire from that $500. Another invention we have is laundry sheets. Now, here's a patented one. This is a sheet that actually delivers laundry soap via a sheet. You've heard of dryer sheets, and this is laundry sheets. I'm taking a look at that. That looks like, oh, that's a shopping channel in Canada, one of our 9 shopping channels around the world that we work with. And there we are selling laundry sheets. Now, how many laundry sheets have we sold? 200 million loads, if I don't say so myself. In fact, the inventor of that is my wife, Celeste. She came up with the laundry sheets. We applied for patents and trademarks and stuff, and that sheet still goes strong around the world, all around the world. Now, if you're watching the feed, you're on YouTube or you're on Facebook Live, I've got a team of people ready to take your questions here. I've got Steve Straitman right here. He's our resident a digital genius on the side here. He's ready to go. I got Tony in the other room, Al, the whole production team is right here, ready to serve you guys. Now, think about this for a second. I work on all these shopping channels. I work internationally. It's not just about this market, because a lot of times products sell better internationally than they do here at home. Places like QVC, Italy, and Germany, and places like Australia, TVSN, and Evine Live, and of course Facebook and YouTube. Where's that one? That one's QVC. Oh, I think that's the UK. Pounds up there. That's me selling a spin mop. That's pounds. My goodness gracious, I don't know how many spin mops we sold. It's in hundreds of thousands of them. I think that one's Europe. That's Euro. That's Germany. That's right. That's Germany. I think that's Italy. Oh, that's great. All around these worlds. Those are the QVCs, and those are today's special values, huge, high value events. There's the shopping channel. Again, I'm showing there on the shopping channel. So live shopping channels are really important. Where's that one? That's a Euro. Oh, that's France. That's QVC France. My goodness gracious. There we are pulling. That's one of our inventions, the collapsible Ottoman cube. You may have seen that around the world. I just go to a little tour of little inventions that we've been involved with. Internationally, it's really important. There's TVSN. That's Australia. And right now we're in negotiation right now with Korea, and we've been on Japan many times. So international shopping channels, we do business with 9 of them. So if you're an inventor and you've come onto our show and My Cool Inventions where you haven't paid anything to be on that show, just understand that we have these distribution channels that go to live shopping, and it goes to all around the world. We have 62 partners just like us who do infomercials, TV commercials. They do catalog shops. They do internet marketing. They work with Amazon in their own countries. So this is kind of the distribution channel that we have, and this is what we provide access to for all you guys inventors. So I've been a kind of an authority on inventions and gadgets and cleaning and inventors, and what I need you guys to do right now that you've seen a little bit of our world and our window here, I want you to be committed. Okay, so go get your invention, sit it on the table there and stare at it, because I want your invention close by, or I want a picture of it. I want you thinking about your invention. I want you to get your questions ready, and I want all eyes on this masterclass, because
comment they're committed.
Yes, you want to call? You got comments are committed. So Steve, what do you got going on there? I don't see the YouTube comments on there. People are committed. Of course you're committed. You spend hundreds of thousands of dollars, some of you, on patenting these things, and you want to make money with these inventions, right? Am I right or wrong? Everybody nod their head. Hold their hand up if you actually want to make a ton of money with your inventions. Of course you do. So what do you do? Okay, I'm going to start off with a question. What stops you guys from getting out there? What is your biggest fear? What's an inventor's biggest fear? Now, I've been doing this 6.5 years on My Cool Inventions. I've met thousands and thousands of you guys. You know what I think your biggest fear is? Write down your biggest fear. Maybe, Stephen, you can jump in here and tell me what they're saying. The biggest fear I hear from you guys is you guys are all worried about being ripped off. Am I right? How many times, how many stories have I heard? They don't call it Shark Tank for nothing, right? How many stories have I heard of people giving up cash for absolutely nothing? They don't get any value out of their cash. That's a serious problem out there. Am I right or wrong? Anybody who amens that, say amen, ACOS. It's right? How many times, who's out there has paid cash for something they didn't get anything back for? Who's paid cash on the hope and the dream, all right? So I think that's one of the things I hear, that people take my money and they leave me hanging, right? Is that one of your biggest fears? Another thing, I've seen this thing too. I went to a trade show, my goodness gracious, I'll never forget. How do we get involved with My Cool Inventions? I'll tell you how we got involved. I walked into the houseware show in Chicago. Who's been to the houseware show in Chicago? Put up your hand, right? And they created an inventor section. I'm going to tell you something. I was emotional. I walked that show with a tear in my eye. Because what I saw was they put all the inventors in a tank. These sharks didn't even have to travel very far. They were all lined up in a row. And not only that, they probably overpaid for the booth they were on, for heaven's sakes. All kinds of people have taken advantage of their inventors. And I went from one inventor to the next inventor I heard sad, sad stories. I'll never forget the guy with the handle. It was the greatest thing, Steve. He had a handle that held your pot lid, and he made it out of wood. I think they were hand carving them at home and made it out of wood. And that poor guy was taken advantage of so badly, he hardly had any money to move forward with. So I hear you guys. I hear you guys are all worried about being ripped off. That's why in that moment, 6-7 years ago, I was working with WFLA here in Tampa. They were offering a radio show, and they offered me an hour on a Saturday afternoon. And I said, I didn't know the topic I was going to cover. So, I said, I'm going to offer a free platform to inventors to come out there and pitch their products, raise attention, get value. Every single inventor who's been on My Cool Inventions over the last 7 years has not paid a cent to be on My Cool Inventions on there. And that's really important because right now, what is My Cool Inventions? I'll tell you what My Cool Inventions is. 53 radio stations around the country play My Cool Inventions every week. We're on television, okay? There's my cool inventions there. We're on TV. Or if you have a Roku channel, if you have Amazon Fire, Android TV, go look at the Inventions and Gadgets channel, and you will see my cool inventions up there. We're on television. Literally hundreds of thousands of people see this program. Amazon Fire, Android TV, Roku TV, Facebook Live, YouTube Live. We're out there all the time pushing these inventors, giving you guys exposure. I can tell you countless success stories, people who've got licensing deals, catalog deals, live shopping deals, all kinds of things just because they were on my cool inventions right here. So that's what we provide you a free platform. And by the way, it's getting bigger. We have a reality show. Have you seen the reality show? Oh my goodness gracious, the reality show Inventor Showdown. Now back in March, season 2 is coming up in August. I'm going to tell you something. If you're not a part of my Inventor Showdown, by the way, I didn't charge anything for those guys either to be on Inventor Showdown. There's no cost for any of this. You just have to get out there and win and get out there and qualify and get out there and hustle. There it is, Inventor Showdown. It's on Evine Live. By the way, that's in front of 90 million homes. That's in front of real audience and Sundays, okay? Not nothing. That's a Sunday. And here's the format of the show. 16 inventors qualified for the first round, first season of Inventor Showdown. It's like Food Network Chopped meets live shopping. So I have 4 inventors at a time, Stephen, came on, and what they did is they pitched their product to the audience, and what happened is whoever sold the most dollars per minute got invited to the finals. And then we had 4 finalists come on air, and they went at each other. And let me tell you something, it was huge fun. And I bet you a lot of you guys watching, I know Robert Dieguez was one of the finalists with Strike Plate Lock. He got a start here on My Cool Inventions. I think Lee Monahan with the Tadpole Tape Cutter was one of the finalists. Pam Miller with the Side Cinch Needle. And Yisha from Netherlands, he was another guy who came on. In fact, he won. He won the program. So I'm going to show you something. What I want you to see here, speaking of Inventor Showdown, and by the way, how you get on that Inventor Showdown, people are asking, what you do is you go to mycoolinventions.com and submit. Then our production team will put you on the digital TV show and the digital radio show there, and we get a thumbs up or thumbs down vote. Those of you guys who have been on the show, you know that works. And if you get a really massive thumbs up, we'll show the buying team up at Evine and the Inventor Showdown team, and they make their selections from that. Doesn't guarantee your success, but you get attention when you got a really great product with a really good thumbs up vote. And I always encourage people, if you're on the show, my goodness gracious, do your homework, spread the word. We had a lady on yesterday. I was hoping she'd spread the word more, because what happened was a 67% thumbs up. Had I got a 90% thumbs up, we'd had a better chance up at Inventor Showdown. So that's how you get on Inventor Showdown. For the people asking, how do I get on the national reality show? By the way, season 2 is starting the first Sunday of August on Evine Live. Check your local TV listings, your satellite listings, or wherever you can go watch Evine Live. Now, speaking of Evine Live, I'm going to give you your first takeaway from today's masterclass. I want you to watch 3 of these clips from the reality show Inventor Showdown. And I'm going to ask you this. What do they have in common? Why were they successful? Al, roll that footage. I'm going to try the other one. I can't get in there.
You're not going to get to the door.
Isn't that great?
It gives you time. It gives you protection. It's all about time. As a police officer, I want to respond to your house as quickly as I can.
And look at this big guy, professional football players kicking and kicking and kicking. He cannot get through the door. That house is locked and loaded. You know what I think about Fatima, when I don't know what's going on in the world. Because that's what makes this country fantastic. Entrepreneurism and inventors just like Lee.
Thank you, sir. And can I show you this? So if you're painting, can I come back? The cameras can follow. It's so easy. So you just act.
You need this because every mom had to thread the needles. You had to thread them for her, and the generation before that. We finally have a solution, and it's time to make people's lives easier. I like to say the cinch needle's a cinch to thread because it's easy to remember.
Oh, that's great. I love that. Now remember, you are getting 36.
So there's a couple guys on, that's the finals of Inventor Showdown. That's a reality show, kids. That was in front of 90 million people. Do you think they sold something? Let me give you a little recap of what they sold. First of all, the winner, who Yisha with the Power Cube, that guy came on with 500 units at first. He's got an order for 18,000, and they're going to be featured on July 17th. And let me ask you, you know how much he paid to be there? Nothing. Absolutely zero. In fact, we wrote him a check. And listen, And you saw the side cinch needle. It's Pam Miller there. Oh, and Robert Diegas, I don't know if you're watching. I know you registered. You were on there. Maybe type in there, how did you feel in front of 90 million homes out there? That was kind of a lot of fun, wasn't it? So just type in the chat there, how did you feel about being national? Let me ask you guys a question now. And type in the answers if you can, all right? What did those 3 finalists have in common?
They all solve a problem.
They all...
Easier.
Yeah.
Here's a few questions. Here's a few things that we're getting.
You're going to say
Okay.
it. Problem, solution.
So we had, problem, solution, make life easier. The demo did
Right.
it. The
Demo.
Here, that's just a few of them that we have here.
All right, you missed it. You missed one of the one of the takeaways I'm going to give you. What they all had in common was a Hollywood high definition, great B-roll. All right, you probably first time in your life you've heard the word B-roll. It's a video, all right, but it's a special video. It's a very special video, and it's a video produced by a Hollywood producer. I'm going to talk about Al in a second. In fact, I think I missed Al part of this thing. So Al, I was going to talk about Al. Poor Al, I left him out there on there. But Al, our producer, who's producing this show right now, talking to you, let me tell you about Al. He never, ever comes to think, he never gets any accolades. In fact, I didn't think we had a picture of the guy. We have a picture of Al? Let's show a picture. There's Al Footnick right there in the background. He's producing one of my infomercials, and I've done over 100 of them. That guy's a genius. There he is. That's his back, actually. That's me in the front there. Actually, another inventor, by the way, that was an infomercial we did for another inventor, Chad Archibek, for Restring It. So if you, if you're watching, Chad, maybe you want to comment how cool that was. We're doing that infomercial for the gun, and I paid for that infomercial. We helped that inventor out by paying for his infomercial. What they had in common was B-roll. Now let me explain the difference between A-roll and B-roll. By the way, it's 2 different things. I actually didn't know this. I'm going to teach you. B-roll is a video without audio. Did you notice that the guy kicking the door, Steve? The guy kicking the door over and over and over again. I mean, you can't do that in the studio because how many doors can you destroy? How many big guys can you get? That was a football player there kicking. That's a B-roll. And it got the message home. In 10 seconds, you got it. Oh, wow, that's a better door lock. Oh, that guy can't even kick the door. Side cinch needle. We showed you lifestyle video, right? Because in the studio, how on earth am I going to thread a needle in front of a camera? Right? You need that video, right? That video was everything. That video is the secret to the success. In fact, I'm going to tell you something. The people who had poor videos didn't final, and they were great inventors. My goodness gracious, we had inventors who had great product. In fact, I think they should have beat those guys, and they didn't because these guys spent the money on the video, right? And it was great. That's $1 million video. Right? That's called B-roll and A-roll. So that's the difference between A-roll has audio and B-roll doesn't. So video is the key. The Inventor Showdown success came from that excellent B-roll. And by the way, it wasn't a B-roll done with something like an iPhone or anything like that. It was professionally lit. It had actors in it. I mean, it was professionally produced, professionally edited. So that's the big takeaway on there. And I want to talk about the great video content, right? And you got to have a good video team. And the one thing I invest in, if you come to my home studio here, there's a tremendous investment in video equipment. I know it costs a lot of money. I think the equipment we're punching the show on right here, right now, live to you guys through a YouTube feed's $30,000, right? So we have the video. We have an incredible, talented team here. And guy, in fact, I'm gonna plug Al one more time. You know that Al, the guy you saw the back of the setup, that guy was one of the producers on Entertainment Tonight. That guy's done over 100 infomercials. That guy was producing TV when it was black and white. You know, or chiseling it. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to make fun of Al. But anyway, great production team. That's great. All right, that's what I want to take. One takeaway, your first takeaway, you need great video.
Got a lot of people agreeing on that.
A lot of people agreeing? All right, good. So that's my first takeaway. Video. I can't tell you. And then seriously, I'll come back up to it later. I'm going to give you another takeaway. Let me give you another story. One of my good friends and one of my original inventors, in fact, I think he was inventor number 1 on the first episode of My Cool Inventions, where we didn't even do it on TV. It was a local radio show on WFLA, and I see a lot of you guys are from Florida. You know WFLA. Hey, there's Robert Diegas. He writes, wonderful experience being an Inventor Showdown. He's on the Facebook platform right now. Acos and his team are amazing. Thanks, Robert. Love you guys too. On there, let me tell you something. Pricing. So this guy, one of my first inventors, he came on the show, right? He comes on the show, and he sells Plug and Safe. Okay, let me tell you what Plug and Safe is. It's this device that plugs in the wall right? And in 30 seconds, it maps out your house. It figures out every door, well, take a look at this video. They go, every door, every window, let's see a graphic. Oh, look at the red door. So if anybody touches a door or a window of your house, the lights go on. The stereo comes on. Cool invention, right? It's actually using a secret technology called infrasonic wave technology. You know, it's a recently declassified military technology, Steve. The military use it. Don't ask me what they use it for, because I think that's triggers and blowing stuff up and videoing things.
Well, seeing you standing out somebody's window like that,
A little creepy.
that might be necessary.
On there. So that was a cool invention. Super cool invention. So he comes onto our program 7 years ago or something, right? First inventor ever, and it was played in Florida. So an HSN person hears the show, right? And hooks up with Peter. He starts selling it to HSN. He starts selling it to HSN way back when. And what happens, he sells it for 29 bucks. All right, 29 bucks. In fact, I was involved a little bit because he asked me to demonstrate it. So those early videos, if you go Google them, you'll see me in darker hair, maybe a little skinnier, not as good looking as now, but you know what I'm talking about. I'm demoing it for him for $29.99, and I hated it. You know why did I hate it? If you know the answer to this, why did I hate? By the way, he sold plenty. He sold plenty. He was getting 1,000 unit reorders, 2,000. He even got a 5,000 unit reorder one time, right? He was happy because he'd never had orders like that. He was stalled. He had inventory in a warehouse. He put a lot of money for it, didn't make $1 on it. All of a sudden, he's making money, right? He's happy. Peter Banks, I think he's watching. He was happy. And he said, Akos, why are you always bugging me? Why are you so sad? What bugs you about this thing? I go, Peter, you have a pricing issue. He goes, what? But I'm selling. No, you're not selling anywhere near enough because you're not been priced it high. Why would anybody pay $29.99 for a whole home security system? $29 is lunch. It's not a system that protects my family. Your perceived value's wrong. He goes, okay. He's driving the wheel. He gave me the wheel. Okay, you drive. So get this. Listen to this. It's a funny story, and if my Evine buyer is watching, I apologize. I went to the Evine buyer. I want to talk about pricing strategy. Because this invention, I know cheaper is not always better. I went to the Evine buyer and I said, I want you to double the price. She looked at me and goes, double the price? What, have you lost your mind? Went from one day to the next? Yes. Double the price. Oh, and here's the kicker. You don't get to keep the profit. You got to double the price to us too. So we get to get double for, what? What, you wanted to double the price? I can't remember the exact details, Steve. I think the wholesale was like $15, and then they were selling it for $29. And then I went in there, I said, I want $32 for it now, and I want you to raise the price for $60. You know how that went over? Now, if you guys were doing it, they probably would, they'd throw you out. I've sold $1 billion on television. So this young girl, she's a beautiful young lady, great, smart, intelligent, sharp as a nail. She said, all right, you get one shot at it. And I did. Let me tell you something. We don't sell 1,000 anymore. Next order was for 50,000 two-packs. Think about that for a second. It's been on Evine it goes over, and it's $60 now. So pricing strategy is your other takeaway. You got to price your product right. It's so important to get the pricing strategy right. We actually doubled the price, raised the perceived value, because sometimes less is not more. More is more, all right? It's not in every case, but you got to price it properly. One of my biggest fears that I always have, I can't sleep at night over, is, when we did the Abra infomercial, we had 3 of them for $60, okay? $20 each, right? So and the whole pitch was $59.99, only $19.99, $59.99 for one bra, but hold on, you're not going to get one bra, you're going to get 2 bras. That's 2 bras for $59.99. But wait, there's more. We're going to give you a 3rd bra, $59.99. Do you know that we had in the can, Steve, a $79.99 version, and we had a can, a $129.99 version? Because ladies, what do bras cost? And we never ran them. Because the $59.99 test was so successful, nobody ever bothered putting the other tape in the drawer. And I think to this day, would it have been 200 million we would have sold? Would it have been more? I never know. So pricing strategy is everything. That's what my team, and I insist, a lot of you have signed up for Inventor University. I want you to, there's going to be a place for you to sign up if you haven't already signed up for Inventors University. So I want you, because then we cover pricing strategy and how you guys can figure out what to price your invention for it. So that's really important too. Now, let me tell you one more thing. Funding. Let me talk about the funding. We fund products. We really do. And let me tell you something. I was the LinkedIn thing. I know I got a lot of followers on LinkedIn. Oh, you guys are really commenting on YouTube, chatting right now on YouTube. LinkedIn, I get LinkedIn comments. I'm going to tell you something. Yesterday, 20. Right? I'm going to see if I can pull up LinkedIn for you so you guys can see how many comments I get. And I'm going to tell you something. Almost all of you ask. In fact, I have 12 right now. I had 12 since last time I looked at my phone. And so what happens is a lot of you, what you're doing is you're asking me for funding. And they say, I got the greatest thing. It's going to, it's a box that turns coal into gold. It's great. It does blah, blah, blah. I get sentence after sentence after sentence after sentence after sentence after sentence after sentence. Do you think I read it? Not a chance. Had you given me a 10-second video, I might have clicked on that. I love that triangle, right? So we fund things. Let me give you some examples of funding. I think we got Noah Brader up. Well, I wanted to introduce to Noah Brader. Noah Brader is out of Columbus, Ohio. He's a mortgage broker. He spent a fortune on his invention. Oh my goodness gracious. I mean, almost making him broke, right? And so he'd never made one, but he had the patent for a reversible umbrella. Let me tell you something. What a great idea. How do regular umbrellas work? There's the patent right there. There's the patent. He came to me with that patent. And yes, everybody, that's the real patent for the reversible umbrella. Have you seen anything other than Noah Brader's product? It's a knockoff. And there's the US patent for it right there. That's also covered in the Invention University, how the patent issues and who's knocking you off and how to protect yourself. So make sure you sign up for Inventors University if you get a chance. Now, let's talk about Noah Brader. He comes to me with this patent, and I love it. Because instead of the umbrella folding down like this, it folds up like this. What's the deal? Instead of having the wet part on your car and coming in the house, this guy has it dry. And I can pour out the water like it's a vase, right? You got it? Cool invention, right? And I said, we're going to sell millions of these things. So I offer him, there he is right there. There's Noah. There's Noah Brader. He was one of the, by the way, he wasn't a finalist. He did not get to the finals. And I think it was one of the greatest inventions ever. He did not have a great video, though. Right, so that just tells you sometimes that lifestyle video is everything. So we funded him. We went and made it for him, and his first order was actually on Evine for 10,000 units. So that guy had a 10,000 unit order. So did we win? Yeah, I think Noah won, and I think we won too. So we put dollars into your invention. But however, how do you get my attention? I mean, that guy. I remember the first video, Steve. I don't think Al has it ready, but the first video he sent me was with him, straight to camera, explaining his invention, why in a car it was so important. I got my attention. Also made me write a check, right? So we do fund products. Here's another example of where we fund products. We met a lady, Pam Miller. Now, you saw her as a finalist on Inventor Showdown there on that reality show. Now, Pam, we met at the Minnesota State Fair. Take a look at I don't know if you have a video of her. There she is. That's me judging on the Minnesota State Fair. I think they're eating candy floss behind me. That's me judging at the Minnesota. Wait a minute. I think I got up because I didn't like her pitch. I think I got up there with a microphone on there, and I started, there he is. There's Pam. First time I met her. There she's pitching. By the way, what she's pitching to us is a needle. You don't have to thread the needle anymore. And I stood up there and I gave her a pitch. I mean, that's where I first met Pam Miller. She was at a table at the Minnesota State Fair in a booth selling stuff. There she is. She's taking so that's where I met Pam Miller. That was great. And there's the producers of Evine. We had a sort of a thing called Find It at the Fair. And by the way, if you ever go to a trade, I always encourage every inventor, you have to go to a home show. You have to go to a trade show. Get out there because you learn a lot of stuff. I mean, this lady hit it rich because she met us and we loved her product. Now, she had a big needle here, so I helped her with her pitch because the pitch, Pam, if you're watching, no offense, wasn't that good. So we turned around. We gave her 20 years of expertise behind the pitch. So sometimes your video has to be really pitched well. And I'm not saying I'm the best at it, but we have a lot of experience. A lot of guys do a better job than me, but that's where we met her. So we funded her, then we got her on Evine. We started writing checks for her, and she became a finalist on Evine. So fun. Thanks, Al. Al, there's the finale. That was the finale. And by goodness gracious, Steve, ended up selling out.
From just the middle of a state fair.
Middle of the state fair.
To right here on this big network.
Right there.
Selling these products.
She sold out, man. I see Rudy Gallego, one of our contestants on Inventor Showdown, commenting on Facebook. He goes, doing a great job, Akos. Thanks for having Tostia on your show. God bless you guys. I love you guys too. Great inventor. So here's what I want to teach you. Here's your third takeaway. So you've learned about video, you've learned about pricing strategy, and here's a takeaway. Funding. Never forget. I came down to HSN, first time I was on air. I was selling Stainzer out. I wasn't in the parking lot, driving. I don't know how they got my phone number. I don't think Google had been invented, or if it had, I didn't know about it. And I had dark hair way back when. And I got a phone call. And somebody called me and wanted my money. He wanted 15 grand from me. I didn't have 15 grand. He wanted 15 grand from me, right? And I call this the big funding red light, all right? Red light. I think we got a picture of a red light, right? I'm going to tell you something. If anybody calls you up, you never met before, and ask you for money, but the money is for something behind. They're always selling you hope. It's always a hope sell. This is an industry that's not regulated. It's cowboys and Indians, pirates, right? Again, I say they don't call it Shark Tank for nothing. And let me tell you something. I mean, you always when somebody asks you for money, you got to ask yourself a question: is this a giver, or is this a taker? You'll know the answer. And if it's a taker, run. If it's a giver, you can consider it. So I always say this, and I want you to think about this for a second, all right? Don't just write a check. If you had a song, you wrote Stairway to Heaven, right? And Steve, you wrote Stairway to Heaven. All the kids are playing it everywhere they go, every guitar they're learning. Would you have to pay someone to run it on the radio? No. They would pay you to run it on the radio, right? So, I mean, that's the kind of mentality I think you need to have when it comes to these givers and takers, right? So that's enough about that. So red light, funding red light, always with it. So let me ask you something. So let's say you had proper funding, you had the right pricing, you had the pricing strategy, you had a great video, and your invention was great. How would that change your life, right? You'd sell a bunch. You're supporting your family now. You're probably getting back the money you invested in it. Your lifestyle would change, right? I mean, I got to tell you about mine. You share the world with your invention with the world, change the world, right? There's Pam Miller. Now, maybe people don't have to actually thread needles anymore, right? There's Robert Diegues. People don't have to use those 200-year-old chains anymore, right? You're changing the world. And I think a lot of inventors feel good about that. I love to travel, right? My wife, Celeste, travels with me everywhere. We go to Australia, England, Germany. What am I doing? Selling inventions. I love it, right? I always say I'm feeding my chickens. How is it going to affect your life? I want you to think about that for a second. If you were successful with your invention, it's your dream, right? It's the American dream. You want to be successful. That's what this country is all great about there. Now, how are you going to get there? It depends on where you are right now, really. It depends on exactly where you are. So I want you to look at your invention on your desk right now that you have there. Where are you? Do you have a factory? Is it like a 3D printed design? I love this new 3D printing stuff. We didn't have that. We had to hand carve them out of wax and carve out of wood when we were young. Now we have 3D printers that'll print anything for you. Do you have a quote, how much it costs to manufacture? Are you already producing it right now? Have you got the right pricing strategy for it, right? That's important. And do you have a funding? That could be your money. A lot of you guys have self-funded. Could be my money, a bank's money, an investor's money. Have you got that? Are you on GoFundMe? Are you on Kickstarter? Are you on My Cool Inventions, right? Those are all strategies for you to get to that place where you can start enjoying and reaping the benefits of your invention. Let me tell you something. How do I review an invention? We get them all the time. We get thousands of you always wanting to be on the show. It's free, of course. So we pick from you guys who are in here. How do you get my attention? And you only get 3 seconds, basically. I'm going to tell you something. We have so many of them. You really got to get our attention. What really frustrates me, when you guys go to My Cool Inventions, I get a hand drawing, right? And I get 2-sentence description. And then Tony gets the production team back there, Bonnie, Tony, Mary Beth, Al, they get it, right? They bring it to me. I go, what is this? You think we're going to go anywhere with it? I had a guy today on LinkedIn ask me for 20 grand, and I don't think I even know what it is. I mean, how are you going to get my attention? I'm going to tell you how you get my attention. You got 3 seconds. That 3 seconds, it's video. Let me tell you something. It's always the video. It's not even the picture. You know, do I watch a Facebook video or a Facebook picture? Do I like a website that has a video? Of course I do. Video is everything. Inventions are trafficked on a video commerce platform. I don't care if it's Snapchat, Facebook, YouTube, I don't care. Whether it's the link on the bottom of your signature line when you're sending an email. By the way, if you haven't done that, you got to do that. You should have a 10-second link on the bottom of your signature line, because when you send me an email, I go, is that a video? Click. Oh, you got to do that. Video is really how you get my attention. It's really important. In television, it's really important. Now, let me tell you about video. You need to do 3 things in a video. 3 things. Let me go with them. If you're writing it down, write this down. This is the most important thing I'm going to teach you. All right? Are they all paying attention? We got their attention, Steve? People are commenting. Three things.
Comment you're paying attention.
All right. Okay.
They're listening on the dream.
All right. Okay.
What their future holds.
The first thing I want you to do in the video is branding. You got to have the right branding. Very important. Branding. Okay? We're going to talk about branding. The second thing you need positioning. Positioning. Very important. We'll talk about that in a second. And the third thing, it has to tell a story, and quickly sometimes. Story. There's your video elements. There's your video components. It's not just one of these deals. You want to show a bad video, Al? I want to show you a bad video. You got a bad video? I think you've got, what is that, storage org or thing? So I want to show you a bad. Watch this video. Look at this video. Take a look at this. Does it have branding? I don't think so. Any positioning? I don't know whether. Does it tell a story? Well, maybe it tells a little bit of a story. But it's not branded well. It's not, look, the guy who did the video, he took one of my products. Okay, I guess it holds tools and stuff. So maybe a little bit of a story, but it's terrible. That video is dreadful, right? Would it get your attention? Would you write a $70,000 check for that video? Probably not. What did it cost to run that video? Nothing. It's exactly what it's worth. Nothing, right? But that inventor seems to think that's a video that's worth sharing for people. All right, that's a bad video. Let's talk about branding. How do I make your videos better? All right, you know who the best brander in the whole wide world was? Still is, I think. Walt Disney. My goodness gracious. There's old Walt right there. That guy took a rat and made an empire. Seriously. Think about that for a second. Rat to empire. And let me tell you some secrets that he had. Why was this guy so successful? His branding. There's Mickey Mouse. Dun, 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 dun. What's Mickey Mouse? It's a name. It's a brand. But you know what? I love a trick that he uses. It's a trick. I'm gonna reveal his trick because I don't think he ever shared it with anybody. Walt Disney loved double consonants. M-M. Mickey Mouse. Donald Duck. Double consonants. D-D. There's another. That's a great branding, you know, because with double consonants, we remember it better. Okay, this is Looney Tunes. This is not Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, Porky Pig. You remember those characters. You remember those brands, and I'll tell you why. Double consonants. Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, Porky Pig. That's not Walt Disney. That's Warner. I think it's Looney Tunes or Warner Brothers on there, right? You following a pattern here? Coca-Cola. Yeah. Now, the kids are watching these things today. I got to tell you something. What is it? There's Coca-Cola up there on there. I think the kids are watching Marvel. Isn't it every single movie I turn to? It's some kind of a Marvel action thing.
They're amazing.
All right. I don't know the Marvel characters. I'm going to ask Tony to cough in the mic here. Give me some of your generation's Marvel characters.
Bruce Banner, Peter Parker.
Isn't that Peter Parker Spider-Man, right?
Yep.
Bruce Banner, who's he?
Incredible Hulk.
Incredible Hulk, right? You following a pattern here? Double consonants work. Right. Some of the biggest brands are double consonants. So if you can get a double consonant in there, that's a good idea, all right? That's a little branding tip for you. Good little takeaway. I hope it was worth watching. If you take that away, that's a good thing. Let me talk about positioning. Okay, what's positioning? Positioning is this for a young lady or a girl or a teenager on Snapchat who's just trying to make those ears and stuff that my niece and stuff always loves to do? Is it that? Or is it positioned for a 65-year-old, very wealthier woman on Evine? They're different positionings, right? How was that bad video positioned I showed you with the, wasn't positioned at all. I don't know where that, maybe it was on a door. What door was it? Who knows? Didn't catch my attention. Positioning is everything. You got to take a lot of thought and how you're going to position your product. I know my buddy there, Rudy, he's got that great tortilla thing, right? I know how that's positioned. Quick breakfast for the kids, in and out. Kids love pasta. Kids love whatever. He's got it positioned well. I love his positioning. He's got it well. So that's positioning, all right? So, by the way, Steve Warple on Facebook. He's a guy who's going to be, by the way, he's a contestant. He's going to be the contestant on season 2 on Inventor Showdown. He named his product Glide Guys. And he didn't know it when he chose his name. He did it accidentally. Glide Guys, great name, Stephen. Do 2 double G, Glide Guys. All right. Positioning, I want you to think about your invention. The last thing I want you to think about your video is story. Story. Does it tell a story? Let me tell you something. Those videos you saw of the Inventor Showdown, Strike Plate told a story. Great story. Cinch Needles told a story. All of them told a quick story. In 5 seconds, I knew what it was. I understood. Russie's there on their, Russie from the Tackle Rod is here. Tackle Rod? On there, I thought that Russie, that's the same Russie as we do with the Angel Lamp on there. So, no, I got the wrong. Okay, so Russie, has a tackle rod. Think about double consonants. Think about your positioning. Last thing does it tell a story, and tell the story in a very short period of time.
Dennis Piper with Keeps It Cooler, KK.
KK, keeps it cooler.
Yeah,
Oh, KK. What's that? What's another one?
Let's see.
Give me the. They want to hear feedback.
Well, I saw the Glide Guys.
Glide Guys is great. Yep. So
got those two going
thank you for
us right
your comments. Now,
Yes.
here's what I want you to do. All right, I want to show you a bad video, another bad video. All right, because you know something. Before you show the video, Al, Al taught me this. This is one of those Al's
Candle capsule.
What is
Came
it?
through. Candle capsule.
Candle capsule.
Now
Good
they're
idea.
throwing them on there.
Now they're throwing them up there. Throw them up there. So I want to tell you a story that Al told me. This is the most important advice I can give you right now. Listen. Don't spend money on the media if your creative is no good. Let me explain that to you. Don't buy a Facebook ad or YouTube ad or an AdWord or a TV commercial or anything that's called media. And by the way, my son taught me. He works up at Digitas, New York City, works with one of the biggest digital advertising agencies. He's an analyst. And he taught me, nothing's changed, guys. The media has changed. We're still buying stuff. We're still buying stuff with video commerce. Maybe the video's shorter. Maybe the positioning has to be done more aggressively. Maybe the story has to be told quicker. Nothing's changed. But don't spend money until the creative is great. It's always cheaper to fix this than to spend bad this on this. You got that? So that's important for you. I want to teach you that's very important. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to show you a bad video. Now I want to show you this video here. This is from one of our inventors. This is a Bob's butt wipes. Watch this. Here's the video. Okay, so it's a flushable wipe. It goes down the toilet. Kind of cool. Look at that dispenser. That's cool. That dispenser is wonderful. I love a dispenser like that in my house. Now I have dry. Now I have wet. Oh, look at that. Oh, they're all different colors. I love that video. That's a video. Do you got the bad portion of that, Al? Have you got the other one? Other portion of that? I want to show you this. Watch this. Oh, wait a minute. What? Okay, I'm not going to show you more of that video because that video was, that was a little bit disturbing, right? Good video and bad video. Did you get amused by that? So that's a good friend of mine, Bob. Actually, he was on Inventor Showdown too, and he was positioning his product as, what did he say? He called it, Tony, he said, if you got Louisiana swamp butt, and he said those words live on television. I went like this when I heard it. I know Rusty, I know the guys who were there that time. Did he just say swamp butt in national television? He did. And we had a video, swamp butt. Maybe that video is not the best way to position. Did it tell a story? Yeah, it did, right? Was it positioned well? No. Bob's butt wipes. Well, that's a name with double consonant, but that's not the right name for it. The bottom line is, how do people sell toilet paper? And I think listen, let me tell you something. That's a great product. By the way, that's a great invention. Wet toilet paper. You ask anybody who's got a kid, what do they love? Those wet wipes, right? You know, it's one of the best-selling products in Costco, period. That's why it's out there, wet wipes for kids. Costco, they make a fortune on wet wipes. What if we had a dispenser in our own home? That's the thing that Bob invented, and it goes up and you can get a wet. Of course, that would be great. But the video wasn't right. Why wasn't it right? Because we didn't have Al and team and a good production team thinking about branding, positioning, and storytelling in the professional way. So that's a bad video. So listen, I'm going to tell you one more thing about video. No, I'll stop. I got married September 23rd to my beautiful wife, Celeste. What a gorgeous lady. What a great wedding. And never forget, you give wedding planning, right? And listen, I have a production house here. We spend millions of dollars on production. Why do I need a wedding? Why do I need a wedding video person, And so, the guy comes to me and the wedding planner showing me, he goes, well, we have two packages, the $5,000 package and the $9,000 package. I go, $9,000? So you know what I settled with? The $5,000 one. Wrote a check for $5,000, and I'm going to tell you something. That video is amazing. Every time anybody sees it, they cry. I couldn't do that because I don't understand the storytelling of weddings. I don't understand the production value of weddings. I don't understand the positioning of weddings. I know the branding. The branding was easy. It was our wedding. But the positioning, the storytelling were so good. Only thing I regret, I didn't pay the $9,000. I seriously regret it, all right? So when it comes to paying money for video, just a lesson that I get from me, don't sell yourself short. Always pay the right money. All right, so let's recap. You got your fears, right? You don't want to get sharked, right? That's the recap. Video is king. Video is king, right? A pricing strategy. We talk about pricing strategy. All these things are covered in Inventors University. It's all going to be covered, these things. So make sure you sign up for the free trial of Inventors University. Funding. How do you get funded? Video really does sell the funding if you want to hear from me. How do you go from patent to success? How to stand out? And what are the 3 key things in your video? Branding, positioning, and story, right? Those are the takeaways from. And if you left right now, if you said to yourself, okay, that's all I got from ACOS today for free, I hope that was great for you. But what I'm going to do is I want to talk about something. We have a package for you that we do in-house for inventors. Some of you have done it, many of you have done it. Some of the finalists on Inventor Showdown understand it and have done it there. What we do is we have a great package called Get Selling, okay? Get Selling is all about video. It's all about video. Now, this Get Selling video, you're going to get a great creative production with huge professional expertise, $1 billion of sales behind you, and you're going to get a high-definition video. Now, normally these videos cost $59.97, but for the Inventor Masterclass, we've got that. We can get it for $1,900, all right? So not $59.97. We have it for $1,900 right there. Let me stop this. Al, stop there for a second. Let me tell you, what do you do with this thing, right? What do you do with a $1,900 video? Well, if you're going to be on Inventor Showdown, you better have a good video, because let me tell you something. It's proven to me from the last Inventor Showdown, if you didn't spend the money on the video, you might not get finalists. And by the way, those finalists were $200,000 orders, right? Those are important things. That video may have made or break your success on Inventor Showdown. So if you're on Inventor Showdown coming up, you haven't got a great video, you want to second guess that right now. And for $1,900, right? Just get for $1,900. Let me tell you something. It's worth it. It's really worth it. But where else would you use the video? You use it on your Facebook. Use it on your YouTube. You should have a link to everything. When you send an email to somebody to get funding, like a guy like me on my YouTube, that link should be there. So that 10-second video, I get it. I go, this guy's serious. This guy's got a great video here. Don't just send me a picture, right? A bunch of you are sending me stuff right now on LinkedIn. Seriously, you use it everywhere. Even as that link on the signature line. Put it in if you have Outlook on your emails, throw it in the signature line. It'll get attention. What's that, a video? Every time you send an email, you should be out there. Every Facebook page, you should have it there. It should be run as a B-roll, so video is important. Now, let me tell you what we're going to give you also. We're going to give you some bonuses if you decide to get that $1,900 video. First thing we're going to do is, I don't know if you guys have seen our Facebook pages, but our Facebook pages, we have 2 big ones. We have My Cool Inventions and My Cool Gadgets. I think My Cool Inventions today is 81,477 followers. Those are people who follow it every day, get the video. They actually get the link every single day, everything we put up there. My Cool Gadgets is $67,000. And what we do is when we actually sell advertising up there. That's how we pay the bills here. So that costs $1,597. And we pin 1-minute spots to the top of those pages, right? And let me tell you who follows those pages. Don't get me wrong. I have all the live shopping buyers in the world I know of follow that page. I know in university curriculums, I've been told that they show it for entrepreneurism and stuff like that. I got buyers from catalogers. I have retail buyers. I know licensing deals that have been done because I pin that to the top of my our Facebook pages here. Lots of good things happen when you get to a pin on top. And we charge $15.97. It's worth every penny, in my opinion. We're going to throw that in free. So if you get the $1,900 package right now, you'll get pinned. That 1-minute video we'll produce for you is going to be pinned to the top of our Facebook page. It's going to be absolutely free. And let me tell you something else we're going to do with the video. Because when you have a video, you want to sell, right? You got to get selling. If you've ever watched our My Cool Invention show, the show's in 4 parts. We get the inventor on, we kibitz with them, have a great time. Then the inventor pitches in the second pod, and we help the pitch. We get it out there. And then the third part, we teach. And the last 8.5 minutes, or 8 minutes and 50 seconds, the last section of our television show, My Cool Inventions, we pitch an inventor's product, right? It's an 8.5 minute, 8 minutes, 50-second pitch. The first minute, it's called the WAG. We call it the Daily WAG. What a gadget. It's our daily special. It's our daily deal on there. And we stream that pitch and stream that video on all of our platforms. Hundreds of thousands, potentially hundreds of thousands of people. I know our analytics are almost 100,000 right now. People see that WAG. We charge for that $2,500 to pitch your video. Again, that's how we pay the bills, because we don't charge anything for the inventors. That's the money we use to help reinvest in the inventors program so they can come on for free. We're going to give you that WAG for free. Absolutely free. So you're going to get the Facebook pin for free. You're going to get the daily WAG for free. You're going to get a discount from $59.97 down to $1,900. The video is going to be highly professional from a Hollywood producer. You're going to have the best creative, a guy with $1 billion in sales experience helping write those videos. My goodness gracious, I actually charge $15,000 for video scripts on there. I will do the script for you personally. You'll have all for $1,900. Okay. And the last thing I'm going to do is I really want you guys to succeed. it. I really want you to have it. I'm going to throw in another bonus for you, okay? Some other assets that we have. We have an email blast. It's 43,000 people, I think sometime. I think it's 43,000 right this moment. 43,000 people get our daily gadget. 44 now? 44,000 people get our daily gadget. That's a direct email blast. And you know and I know the best way to reach people on the internet today is these email blasts. And these are opted-in people. People who actually get the 1 minute, actually get a 1 minute commercial, get an offer to them every day. They get it every single day. So we're going to throw that in for free, and we charge money for that. It's considerable money. And we're also going to feature you on My Cool Gadgets. Your item will go onto My Cool Gadgets, our website, as an item to sell. So you get the My Cool Gadgets item to sell for free, the 1 minute email blast to sell for free. We're going to give you the $2,500 WAG for free. We're going to pin you to the top of our Facebook pages with 146,000 people will see it for free. And we're going to discount it from $59.97 to $1,900. So I want to convince you guys to get the best video. I want you to have the best high-def video. I want you to get selling. You need to get selling. And if you're already selling, you need to sell more. Get your pricing strategy right. Get the quality right, because you got to make this thing right, because a lot of times you only have one chance at success, and that chance comes fleeting and it comes and goes. I've lost success many times before because I didn't follow my own rules back when I had darker hair and I was less experienced. So take it from a guy who's been involved with over $1 billion on sales, whether I wrote an infomercial or appeared on an infomercial or whether I was live shopping. These techniques work. You got to get your pricing strategy right. You got to get your video right. You have to get your video right. And I don't know if you guys are, I know a few of you watching are on the Inventor Showdown. I know 16 of you watching there on Inventor Showdown's coming up on first week of August. If you haven't already got your video for that, it could be the difference between you getting to the finals or not. And if you get to the finals, you get a big reorder. And my goodness gracious, if you win the finals, I can't guarantee what happens, but I know Yisha, the winner of the first season, got a 17,000 unit order. Then July 17th, you're going to see him on eVine Live as today's top value. So that's actually selling for 1 day. And if he sells that 1 day, he'll get order after order after. Could it be a pathway to 200,000 units in a single year? So that's Get Selling. I threw the link up there, getselling.mycoolinventions.com/get selling. Click on the link. I want you to get your video right. Our production team only has a limited time. You get the #1 production team. We don't have side production teams. We only accept as many video productions as we can do properly. Al's got all the video equipment. He takes it out. We take special pride in every one. I take a couple days out of my life to write the infomercial or write that commercial for you. Make sure that 1 minute spot is right. Make sure you have the B-roll. Make sure when we go to live shopping, they can run that B-roll to help you lift yourself the winner. Make sure you have the Facebook page right. Make sure you have your YouTube advertising right. Make sure when you're sending it to somebody for funding, you don't send it like you sent it to me. There's a video link. Don't even say words. Click on the video. I get it. If I get it right away, you might get my second step. And I know that, listen, I know a lot of the sharks myself. I've worked with Damon John personally on HSN, side by side with him. The original shark, one of the original sharks was my partner years ago. I know how busy we are, and I know how hard it is to get their attention. And this goes for every funding place. By the way, if you're on a Kickstarter campaign and you haven't got a great video up there, good luck with that. If you're on a GoFundMe campaign, you haven't got a great video up there, good luck with that. This is what makes or breaks these things, right? And that's why I really am pleading with you guys, get the right video, even if you don't get it from me, right? I want you to get the right video. We have a great value, $59.97. If you add all that stuff up, it's like $6,000, $1,600, $2,500. That's almost $10,000 for $1,900, and you get our personal attention, right? And quite frankly, I'm going to tell you another thing. You know, when you guys are coming on to My Cool Inventions and you guys get a good thumbs up vote, and then we get Liz and Jenna and all those guys up there, our team up there at Inventor Showdown, the reality show team, I send them links to videos. And those are the ones they pick. I got to tell you, they pick it over the ones they have to read the description of the picture of every time, because they got time for this. I think there's got so many products, so many inventions. They click on video, oh, good. And you got to see the reaction. It's immediate. You make your decision fast, right or wrong, but it's done fast. And I know those videos help them make the decision. So get selling, right? See how we doing there?
Yeah, while everybody's heading over to the checkout, we can go through some of the comments too.
All right, let's get the comments. Can you come up here? You lost your battery on your tape there? Because I don't think we can hear you on the audio mic. All right.
About live. Well, you
Okay.
can read them.
I'll repeat Steve's.
Here we
Steven's
go.
in the corner. What do you got? We got some comments up there. There's the comments. Oh, my goodness gracious.
We got so many of them today. Sir Scott says, I'm an inventor, not a financer. I want a partner to do it all. That's one thing to think about whenever comes
A
to
partner
everything.
to do it all. Well, I got to tell you
Yeah.
something. When you're partnering with somebody, let me tell you something. To do it all, sometimes you got to be with them. Sometimes when a funder hears "do it all," they run. Okay, because what they want, you invested. Even if they take over, you still got skin in the game. You're still their passion. You need your passion. Only the inventor will have passion, right? So even if somebody's funding you, even if somebody's doing all the marketing, even if it's like me, let me tell you, like take Noah Brader as an example. I mean, I'm on the phone with him. He's sharing his passion. He's talking about other countries. He's coming up with the next inventor. He's got, by the way, Stephen, that guy, I don't know if you saw it. I've seen umbrellas that automatically open up. He's got it now where you can automatically open it up, hit another button, automatically closes. But pretty cool. He's got another twist on his invention where a cane comes out. So you got a cane. So inventor's passion fuels me. If I'm funding you, I want to be fueled also. Oh, Connie, I love you, Connie. She says, wow, this is amazing. Thank you, Connie. Thank you very much. It says, if you only have one product, the question is, do we need a YouTube channel? Let me tell you what thanks, Connie. Great questions. What I want you to do is that you need a YouTube channel. The answer is yes, because that's where you store your videos. Because if you got all your videos, otherwise you got to invest in storage. And by the way, if you store it and something goes wrong, the hard drive dies, or you got it on the cloud, listen, I'm sure the cloud's trustworthy. I don't trust the cloud with my videos on there because there's too much money invested up there. Actually, I put copies in vaults. Let me tell you, I shoot an $80,000 infomercial. There's a copy somewhere offline in a vault just in case the place burns down. I mean, seriously. So yes, YouTube is a great place to store your video. And if you don't want anybody to see it, you can privatize it. So Connie, it's a good idea. Thank you very much for that question. There, what else? A 4-in-1 Sync says, do you take Canadian at par? Take Canadian at par. I'll tell you what I'll do in Sync 4-in-1 guy will. You buy it right now, right? I'll tell you what I'll do. It's $1,900 US, but I'll make it back to you somehow. I'll take it at par, so I'll take that at par. I just want you to do it. I really want you to do it. And thanks, My Gold Clap says, Acos, you're an inspiration to us inventors. God bless you. Thank you. Scroll that, Tony, so I can see the other comments on there.
I'm scrolling through. I may miss some of these.
Okay, if you miss some there.
Forgive me if I do, but
all right.
I Put Pro says, how would I get my golf training aid product on the Home Shopping Network?
Okay, let's talk about that. How do you get it on, what was the product called?
This is iPut Pro.
iPut Pro. Oh, iPut Pro. Okay, iPut Pro guy.
Yeah.
How do you get it to the live shopping channel? Okay, there's two ways to do it, okay? One way, you can go be a vendor yourself, okay? That's what a lot of people try, and you go to their portal, you try to, I'm not gonna say nobody reads the portal, but I haven't seen a lot of portal items get onto the live shopping channel. Those guys are busy over there. They're overworked, underpaid, they're under pressure. I don't think a lot of people pay attention to the portal. So you got to get their attention. Maybe you go to a trade show, Chicago a golf show. I know they attend the golf show, hardware show, houseware show, CES. Get there because they all tour there. You might get the attention of a buyer that way. But if you want to be a one-hit wonder, you got to be careful because, liability insurance, my liability insurance for our company is $40,000 to go on live shopping. So the insurance burden is quite high. What you want to do is get a rep who reps other things, right? Get in that way. Or another good way is get through Inventor Showdown. So My Cool Inventions, submit to My Cool Inventions for free. It doesn't cost anything to submit. Get on our show. Get a good thumbs up, and then I'll go pitch it to Inventor Showdown. That's the green light, and then let's see who get that way. A lot of guys have succeeded that way. I know, let me just name a few. Lee Monahan with Tadpole Tape Cutter, Side Cinch Needle, Noah Brader with the umbrella. I know the Lotus Trolley Bag. Those guys are on there because of that. I know Restring It got up there because of that. These are not the finalists you saw up there. Lots of success. Peter Banks got up there. They got through Inventor Showdown. That's a great way to do it because you got our support, our help. We're quarterbacking to you. And let me tell you something. It's my risk too, my reputation too. I'm only as good as the last show that I go on with. So if I'm going to represent you, you better have a good pitch. So I'm going to work with you on your pitch. You better have a good video. Obviously, we're going to work with you on the video. You better have a good presence. You got to dress right. If you always have a look. All these things matter, and we've been doing it for 25 years. We help you. So I'm going to toot my own horn. Start on My Cool Inventions. That's your answer to your question. We'll roll it all through there. Okay. This is Z Stick-On ladies here. Thank you. God bless you. By the way, I got good news for you, Z Stick-On bifocals. What did you do? You got on My Cool Inventions, right? Are you still there? Say hi. You got on there, right? You got selected for Inventor Showdown. I didn't tell you that yet. I'll tell you, you're live in front of everybody. We pitched it yesterday for you. Thumbs up, kid. Your thumbs up. You're going to be on the Inventor Showdown. So now you got to get a good video. Now you got to get a good pitch. We're going to work on that with you. You're going to be standing right next to me on national television. 90 million people. You're going to get a chance to win, get a chance to be a finalist. And it then hasn't cost you, did it cost you anything to be on My Cool Inventions? It didn't. So we want to get you all the right tools. So there's my pitch to you. My pitch to you is get the video. Seriously. Get the video. Get $6,000 with the video for $1,900. I'm going to sound like I'm pitching, but I am pitching. Get pinned to our Facebook page. Get a lot of followers. Let's drive followers to your Facebook page. Let's drive followers to your YouTube page. Let's drive followers to your website. And by the way, if you have a website, you don't have a video, who are you kidding, right? Do you buy from websites without video? You know who wins on Amazon? I was watching a seminar just recently. Video wins on Amazon. Why do you think there's a rumor? There's a rumor. I'm going to spread the rumor. Can I spread the rumor? Amazon was rumored. Just Google it. Google Amazon and Evine. I won't even say the rumor, but look at it. On their video is very, very important. Very, very important to you. So get that video package, Anna. It's important. I'll work with you side by side. I'll personally write it for you. I will personally write it for you. I'll be in the edit room for you with Al. You've got a Hollywood producer in there. One of the producers of entertainment tonight. This whole crew will use the best equipment we have, the best high-def equipment. And let me tell you, if I write that video for you, it's going to get attention. And if it's the difference between you winning and losing, if it's the difference with your Amazon listing being better, you selling more, you telling the customer a better story, so you're getting better reviews, if it's better for your Facebook page, it's better for your website, that video is worth it. And to review that for you, that video is normally $59.97. $1,900, and I'll tell you what you're going to get. We're going to get that Facebook pinning. Let me throw that Facebook pin screen up there for me, Al, one more time. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that 1-minute video I'm going to do for you, and I'm going to pin it to the top of our Facebook pages. We have My Cool Gadgets and My Cool Inventions, and that there's 149,000 followers that are not their followers. So every time we put something up there, it beeps on their phone to tell them. 149,000 people will see that 1-minute video. Do you think you can sell something with that? Of course you can. That's the new media. And we're going to throw that in free. We normally charge $1,600 for that. We're also going to stream you in our My Cool Invention shows. That's an 8.5-minute pitch from me. Me personally, I'm going to pitch that for you for 8.5 minutes. Tens of thousands of people watch this for you on there. So I want you to get on there. I'm going to throw that $2,500 value in for free. I'm going to drive a 1-minute email blast to 44,000 people. That's going to go for free. We're going to feature you on My Cool Gadgets for free. That's $1,900. That's worth it. That is absolutely worth it. In fact, I'll tell you this. I'm going to say it right to you, right to your face, in front of all of you. If you get that video and you're not 100% satisfied, I'll give your money back. How's that for putting my money where my mouth is, right? I'll give you my money back. You're going to get the best video ever. And I'm going to help try to launch your careers and launch yourself. What do we got up? Lindsay Lynch. Hi, Lindsay. She's got the candle thing. Great idea for you. She's thank you, Acos. You're awesome on there. May I talk to somebody in private? Octavia Sims. Yeah, sure. Why don't you jump on the Facebook, go to My Cool Inventions Facebook page and message us. That's a private platform for you. Save $1 million. Oh, yeah, George Flanagan. He's got the airbag thing. I love that thing. Listen, I said it was no good. Well, listen, I'm going to tell you something. Replace your airbags. You got to jump through a bunch of hurdles for that. That's kind of a hard thing to do. I'm not the specialist for that. So for me, I'm not the right guy to answer the question, how can I replace airbags? So maybe, but I have a couple people in the automotive industry. We got to go to a higher power, and I'm not the higher power on there. My Glow Caps. Do you have a show for personal intimate products? Oh, let me tell you something. I do. If you watch Evine, they have a very successful show. It's called After Dark. It runs the first Friday of every month, and I think it's midnight to 1 o'clock. Hugely successful. So if you have a product like that, hey, you can go on My Cool Invention. Don't worry on there. We'll get you out there for you, and we'll present it for you. So any other questions or anything up there? I see Rossi says, now waiting for quotes. So he's getting his quotes from his inventor, so a great thing. He says it's been a long road so far. Thanks to ACOS at My Cool Inventions for getting him started. I first came on the show. Thank you so much for all your comments on there. Get yourself in front of live shopping. Go to mycoolinventions.com. And somebody's editing their video as we speak. Will Wheel Potential do well on My Cool Inventions? Giuseppe, I don't know what that means, so maybe you can give a little more explanation up there. So I want you to get the video. If you haven't got the video, go to the link. How do you get to the video, Stephen? How do they do it?
So if you get to, the link is right below, Get Selling at michaelinventions.com/get selling. That's going to be one way that you can get to it if you're on YouTube or Facebook right now.
Right.
If you actually signed up for this today, then you're going to have a button, a big red button right below where you're seeing us on camera as we speak, just below. So click there, and that'll take you to the screen as well. We're going to leave it open as long as we can.
Okay, all right.
So that we can allow people to get from wherever they're at to get through and get their information to us.
Okay.
So we're going to leave that open as long as we can, but I would try to get there as quickly as possible. So because we're only going to leave this link up for a short period of time.
All right, so there's your link. We have a link below your Facebook, your I guess however you got this thing. And by the way, I'll finish on this. If you don't think videos work, how'd you get here? Weren't you watching a video to get here? Do you think me with a picture would have got you here? No, the video got you here. You don't think videos are important? Doggone right, they're important. So I want you to get the best video. So it's my last call to action. By the way, if you want to know what a call to action is, go to the Inventor University. I'll teach you about call to action. We call it a CTA. So I'm going to do one CTA. I'm going to do another technique here on the CTA just so you learn. I'm going to do a double drop. I'll teach you about that in the Inventors University too. It's a great selling technique. Ready for this? All right, here's a go. Well, if you're going to get a professionally done video by us, we charge $59.97 for those. And I think some of you watching have paid $59.97 for those videos. All right? We're going to give it to you for $1,900. You can't get a B-roll for a live shopping channel for $1,900 anywhere. You can't get a 1-minute commercial anywhere for $1,900. We're going to do it for $1,900. So we dropped the price from $59.97. Al, play along with me. Show those sides up there. $59.97. I'm going to drop that price to $1,900. But that's not all we're going to do. Here comes the double drop. Here comes the first drop. The first thing we're going to drop, we're going to pin you to our Facebook page. That's right. We have a great Facebook page. We're going to take a 1-minute video and we're going to pin it to the top of My Cool Gadgets. We're going to tip it top to My Cool Inventions. 149,264 people today will see your video. Do you think you might be able to call to action, sell something? Yeah, we charge $1,597. And let me tell you something, success after success after success, it's a great thing to drive action to your invention. We're going to throw that in for free. And then what we're going to do is we are going to stream you live on our television broadcast, our digital TV broadcast that's streamed on Roku Live, Amazon Live, Android TV. If you go to any of those platforms, search Inventions and Gadgets, and you'll be able to see all the shows up there. 8.5-minute selling segment at the end of all of those shows. And I'm going to tell you something, we charge $2,500. I know a lot of you have paid $2,500 to be featured in that segment. I'm going to throw that in for free. Over $10,000 value, all of it for $1,900. And here comes the second drop. Double drop, I'm teaching you guys. We're going to throw in a second bonus segment. We're going to blast that 1-minute commercial to 44,000 people in a 1-minute commercial, and we're going to feature you. If you haven't got it on our website, we're going to feature you on My Cool Gadgets, one of the highest traffic gadget sites out there. We're going to put it up there for you to sell your invention. All of that for $1,900, so don't wait. Go to getselling.mycoolinventions.com/get selling. You'll have my personal production quality in there, my personal production. You'll have a great storyline. You'll have a great story, a great positioning, and a great branding. Steven?
I'm really excited about everybody who's already signed up, and I look forward to anybody else who's wanting to take that opportunity. Definitely talk with your people, talk with your partner, but get it done within the next few minutes so that you can get to that link while it's still live.
And God bless you guys. If you're still answering questions, I'm going to sign off here. And if you're still asking questions, we'll have our team on there on the live chats answering your questions. My email address, AKOS, AKOS, @mycoolinventions.com. All you guys who wanted personal questions answered, AKOS @mycoolinventions.com. You can send me emails out there. I'll do my best to answer them for you on there. And make sure you sign up for mycoolinventions.com. Submit your product. At least get on the TV show we have on there. But impress our production team. And thank you, Stephen. And thank you, production guys. And God bless you. I love you all. I really do. You know, if you've met me at that Inventor Showdown, I just love you guys. I love the fact that you all get together. And I love the fact that you're all together. We go to dinner there. Such great synergy. We dedicate our lives to inventors just like you. God bless you. See you later.